Hey guys, today we are going to talk about proxemics and explain its theory. Before starting our introduction, I would like you to imagine a common scenario. Imagine you and your friends are booking tickets for the movie tonight, and there are enough empty seats. Which seats would you like to choose? Under most circumstances, you may not choose to seat yourself just beside strangers. No matter how good the viewing positions are, you may leave at least one empty seat between the stranger and yourself. What if there are not enough seats and you have to sit just next to a stranger? This time, when you are watching the movie, you may probably lean yourself closer to a friend and farther from the stranger in order to make yourself more comfortable. This is the basic utility of proxemics in our daily lives. From the example, we can infer that we consider the space around us as an important way to communicate. The personal space around us, we call it territory, and the theory how we use it to communicate called proxemics. Proxemics is so common but crucial that we communicate through it almost automatically without even realizing it. So learning proxemics benefits our understanding about communication. Proxemics, a kind of nonverbal communication, was firstly put forward by American anthropologist Edward Hall in his pioneering research, The Hidden Dimension, and has been widely studied now. According to Think, the word proxemics has been derived from the word proximity, which implies the state or fact of being near something or somebody in space. The definition of proxemics changed over the years, but finally in 1974, Hall defined the proxemics as the study of man's transactions as he perceives and uses intimate, personal, social, and public space in various settings while falling out of awareness dictates of cultural paradigms. In Hall's study, there are two types of proxemics, including physical territory and personal territory. The physical territory emphasizes the ownership of concrete objects, and we do not want it to be violated by others. Physical territory has three parts: primary territory, secondary territory, and public territory. Primary territory refers to spaces that are physically in our control, like our bed, room, and car. For example, we would like to have our book arranged in our own way instead of being reorganized by someone else. Secondary territory refers to places that are associated with us, but not completely under our control, like the desk we use regularly at school. Public territory refers to public spaces that we may use for a limited time. For example, in a canteen, when we have to go to the restroom for a while, we use a backpack to show that the seat is occupied. As for personal territory, Hall divided the personal territory space into four types according to how close the relationship is. Firstly, intimate space is only for close relationships and ranges from 0 to 18 inches. Touching is suitable for us in this distance, like hugging and kissing. Secondly, personal space ranges from 1.5 to 4 feet. It's like our personal bubble. Most interpersonal interactions happen in this distance, like chatting with friends or family members. Thirdly, the social space, the distance between 4 to 12 feet, is used for group gatherings and impersonal business. Fourthly, public space is the distance farther than 12 feet. In this distance, we can see the other person, but not close enough to touch. So it's a safe distance for us to communication, like making public speaking. People value the ownership of their personal space so highly that violating personal space is considered an invasion of territory. So now we have a basic perspective of proxemics. And let's go back to our first example. The reason why we choose to seat ourselves at least one seat away from strangers is that we tend to keep our personal space with strangers, and a seat in cinema is approximately 1.5 feet in width, which equals to the distance of a personal space. Also, if we have no choice but sit beside strangers, we use our own way, like leaning to another side to keep distance. That's the end of our introduction of proxemics. Respect the space of others and use it to communicate properly.